all right? So we're up in there, we're over, and we're down. So this elbow right here, what do you know about the type of 90 that I'm going to use? Drain waste vent or pressure? What's the difference in a pressure and a drain waste vent elbow? How can I identify them? Sweep maybe, what else?
How deep the hub is.
It's the hub depth, right? It's not the plastic depth. I almost never see a drain waste vent fail because it breaks. It's usually because the shallow hub depth has a shallow glue or contact surface and they pull out, all right? So this must be a pressure rated coupling or fitting, and I'm still every day seeing stuff that's not pressure rated right there, and it hurts my heart. All right, so we're going to do pressure rated fittings. Then I'm coming over, and I'm going to have a threaded union or some type of quick disconnect. Why do I have to have that threaded union? What's it for? Should I have to use a sawzall to get the pump out? No. And so I must have a threaded union. I could use a banjo coupling or a cam lock coupling. I almost never see them for a couple reasons. Number one, they take up space. When I cam those little arms open, then I got to pull it apart, and I've got limited real estate up in that riser, right? So this unscrews, and then I could pull the pump out, and I could go, right? Unscrew this and go. There is no O-ring in there. How tight do you have to tighten it if the O-ring falls out to make it not leak? Give you a neat exercise. Go to Lowe's this weekend. Go to the plumbing aisle and look through, break these apart, and see how many people have stolen the O-rings out of them, where they lost theirs and went to go get a new supply. All right. Then I got a valve. What did I say about this valve earlier? What do we used to use that valve for sometimes in Eastern North Carolina? My pressure manifold adjustment, my LPP adjustment, can't do that anymore. Gotta have a valve. This is supposed to be a shutoff valve. What's the purpose of this valve? It's not supposed to be to meter flow. What's the purpose supposed to be?
Prevent back water.
So let's come with me now to Linville Falls. Where is my drain field at? Point to it. Up there. 288 feet of supply line, 48 feet of elevation above me. The second I break this check valve loose, what happens? I got break this union loose. I got a check valve keeping the whole thing full of water. It's almost like a cartoon. You go from dry to instant wet overnight or in a second. So now this device does what for me? Keeps me dry. Okay? So in this case, drain field is up here. I've shut off the flow. Now I can disassemble this. I can work dry and clear, and I'm fine to go, right? This is important. Here's a neat fact, because I see this a lot. Guys know they're supposed to have a valve and a union. They just don't know which order. And so drain field up there. Imagine your surprise when you cut it off and you break this loose, and what happens? You still get wet, and you're very disappointed about it, right? So it is supposed to be, the ball valve is on the drain field side, and I like the ball valve here better than I like the gate valve. What is that, open or closed? It's closed. It speaks to me, right? I know what it is. Then I come back over here with the elbow, back down and back out. When I come out of the tank, I must exit the tank in one of two ways. I must either exit the pump tank in a cast-in place boot appropriate for the pipe size. So that would be a 2-inch. Many of the pump tank manufacturers cast in a 2-inch boot on that outlet end, right? The mandrels and the stuff you guys use for your pump tanks, probably ready to go for a 2-inch on that outlet end, isn't it? You can do that. Now, I will see sometimes in my Piedmont markets where instead of going all the way back down there, if there's deep amount of risers, they'll actually come out of the riser with the discharges in. Not ideal, but not illegal. If you do that, here's new rules for you. Are you ready? When you make your penetration out of the riser, your penetration must be done with a grommet or gasket connection. It is now illegal to drill a hole and just caulk around the hole that you drilled and put the pipe through there. So you get a little, Polylock makes these little grommets. that you drill a 3-inch hole saw, pop a grommet in there, a rubber grommet, and it accepts a 2-inch PVC pipe and gives you a watertight seal. You could technically do a bulkhead fitting. I worry about a bulkhead fitting, and you guys give me your opinion. A bulkhead fitting is going to create a flat spot when the two sides compress together. That riser is round, right? And so I'm creating a flat spot on a round riser, and that gives me a level of discomfort. Does that make sense? Okay. So gasketed connection coming out of there. Now I see something else. I see somebody dropped a rope down in that tank. Why did they drop a rope down in there? I need some type of device to pull that up other than the PVC pipe. Why not just use the PVC to pull the pump? It will break over time. And so I need a non-corrosive, something that is durable, won't break down, some type of rope. Typically use a nylon rope. Don't use a cotton clothesline string. Don't do what was in Brunswick County, which was 80-pound spider wire. Okay? Going fishing, right? Use a piece of rope, get a spool or something, a little nylon rope in there, and have that. And then we're going to tie it up. Let me do that. Tie it up when you're done.